So this is going to be an odd video. I'm doing too much damage and something's bugged. Something bugged big time. And there's two different bugs I'm seeing. So the first one is Kick is doing too much damage. And the second one is Heavy Maul is double proccing damage. And shields are also doing way too much damage. I think it's something to do with Malpian Shroud. So this Abelard have Malpian Shroud and Kick, and also there's a bug with Void Veteran boots, my god. So look, 2 normal hits going in, absolutely fine. Damage, 124 on that first hit, 129 second. Then I do a Kick, and it does 105 and pushes back. So before Malpian Shroud starts really kicking in, this seems a bit normal, even though that kick is very high, because my stats are only in the lower hundreds, so that seems like a bit much. It's just a bit much. But that might be normal gameplay, so you won't notice it too much in Act 1, but I'm in Act 4, so let me stack up these enemies and show you some more of this nonsense what I'm talking about, and you're going to see it get worse and worse as the turn goes on, as I build more temporary wounds. So I've used Stim on Cassia, because I just want to kill this one Chaos Marine. You notice that she only does A5, follows up 116. Yeah, big nuke, that's the world's biggest nuke. Everyone says Cassia's a nuker. By the way, nuke boys, Cassia nukes. Anyway, memes aside, you're going to start seeing the stuff that's alarming me. So I'm going to set up like the way I would play for normal damage going in here. So yeah, devastating attack, all the good stuff. I'm going to charge it on the help brute, get the impetus. So yeah, we do an 800 damage hit, and then we follow up, and we've 2-shot him, but nothing's crazy. So our damage did 800 on the charge of all our stacks and buffs. We'll put on joint analysis, so we have a global buff coming in from Pascal. But now you'll see things get weird. So if I hit one of these guys with my Kick, you'll see what I mean. So I did 2 instances of damage, one doing 789 and one doing 361. I hit with my axe, and alone it only does 496. So my axe, which is Carnage, which increases damage every hit, is doing way less. I just did 1,000 damage Kick there. So I'm just taking a screenshot, and I'm going to put that into the Discord. So I'm editing this sort of live as I do it. Yeah, take a screenshot of that. Break down the numbers here. I'll take a screenshot of that for later analysis. But if you look at the base damage here, the base damage is saying 351. What's going on? I'm sorry for people who want to see a well-presented video, but I'm a test YouTuber at heart. Like, making builds is the secondary stuff. Breaking the game is my primary thing. But look, my base damage for my weapon, 17 to 27, so that's coming in nice, and you're seeing all the modifiers adding it properly. But, yeah, all the other damages here, like base damage just says 100, like I don't know what's going on here. So yeah, compared to my axe there, so just getting those screenshots across. But it's not just that, it's also shields, and I've got an Ogren Arms hammer in my secondary, so I can show it off. But even the Heavy Maul seems to be doing weird things. So I go up and shield bash this guy, 527 damage. That's too much for a shield bash. That shouldn't be happening. Like, that's just too much damage. So yeah, just screenshotting those, putting them into the Discord as well, so we can later break these down even further. But Malpian Shroud, yeah, it's building up crazy. By the way, yeah, Vanguard, worst archetype in the game, you don't need it. You can do everything Vanguard does, I can do better on my Arc Militant, especially with this kick bug. It is very, very odd. But anyway, moving on. There also seems to be a bug with the Void Veteran boots where they're stacking up charges. So I ran in and notice my charge just double proc damage as well. So my Power Maul, my Heavy Maul, which is a fairly weak Act 2 weapon, procced 2 instances of damage. It didn't shield bash, though, because he died before the shield bash. So you would expect that would be the follow-up. I think this is Navy officers Get Off Me, because Get Off Me knocks them prone, so he's failing the agility test and then taking this massive secondary damage. So I don't even know if this glitch is coming from Navy officer. It's something to do with Malpian Shroud. The base damage of Malpian Shroud might be doing something crazy, and then the fact that I have Get Off Me on my build might be doing something crazy. But look, I'm seeing double damage procs here. But the shield didn't double damage proc. The other thing is, if you notice, if I go in and charge, yeah, you'd expect, because I have Void Veteran boots, it's going to reset and refresh my charges on kills. But it seems to be storing them up. And look, I'll show you that I don't exactly have any crazy augments. I've got most left one's not going to be involved here, the augment left arm, and I've got Sancho's monocular. So I could be making this do a lot more and a lot worse with other things. But yeah, look, see, double damage strike again. Weird. And every time that obviously I charge up, I'm getting more temporary HP, I'm getting more damage coming in. But notice I charged and I still had charge and I shouldn't do it. And look, I shield bashed, almost 1,000 damage shield bash. Like something wrong. something very wrong. But yeah, so if I dare and breach here, I'll show you the charge thing I was talking about. But I just want to show you some more instances of damage. So if I hit with my main axe is doing less. My Carnage, for some reason, so you notice the damage is building up. So every attack, it will build up, because that's the effect of Carnage. And I think it stacks 100 times to increase the critical damage on every crit. But then, look, I'm getting only double damage procs on the Heavy Maul. I'm not seeing the double damage procs on it. So you might think, okay, maybe it's just impact damage. But now I know it does proc a shield bash, but I should have the animation for the shield bash. And if the first hit hits, it shouldn't proc it for the secondary. But look, even on my charge then, it seems to be applying damage consistently to both. But now here's the other thing. So I do have Void Veteran boots on here. And I should only have one charge stored up, right? Because on kill, it refreshes it. And there's nothing indicating I have multiple charges. But look, I charged, I still have charge. I charge, I still have charge. I charge, so it seems to be storing charges based on kills. I charge, and I still have charge. And then if I hit with my hammer, notice the hammer only did 1 instance of damage. Yeah, it still popped for 1,000 damage, but something's up. And yes, I'm recording this for the devs, but if anyone is testing themselves, do drop some comments. We'll try to work out what's going on here.